I'm in the world, but not of it. I praise God every day and I love it. I say what I want and I say what they want. I stand for the truth and what's right and they don't. Life is simple, it's no puzzle. Common sense will tell you not to wear a muzzle. Fear no evil, trust no people. When in doubt, shout, I'm a believer. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me.
I offend everybody, the left, right, in the middle. Blame my parents because I've been this way since I was little. It used to be normal, now everybody praying to crystals. No wonder why it's so easy for the devil to trick you. They treat you like dogs, putting muzzles all on your faces, forcing kids to wear them in schools. Doesn't this seem outrageous? They ban Bible scriptures on TikTok.
Let's go to Target! Let's go to Target! We need some PlayStations! Let's go to Target!
I'm in the world, but not of it. I praise God every day and I love it. I say what I want and I say what they want. I stand for the truth and what's right and they don't. Life is simple, it's no puzzle. Common sense will tell you not to wear a muzzle. Fear no evil, trust no people. When in doubt, shout, I'm a believer. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me.
I offend everybody, the left, right, in the middle. Blame my parents because I've been this way since I was little. It used to be normal, now everybody praying to crystals. No wonder why it's so easy for the devil to trick you. They treat you like dogs, putting muzzles all on your faces, forcing kids to wear them in schools. Doesn't this seem outrageous? They ban Bible scriptures on TikTok.
Let's go to Target! Let's go to Target! We need some PlayStations! Let's go to Target!
All right. I was muted there for a second. Got it. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Monday night. It's Monday night. We're going to kick the week off right. If you got a case of the Mondays, this is the place to be. We're going to turn your Monday into a fun day. We're going to turn that frown upside down. I'm tired than a mug today. Why I'm so tired? Why am I always so tired? I'm getting old. I'm getting too old for this. All right, we got a show today. We're going to cover everything Signalgate. We're going to dig into this Signalgate thing, read both of the articles from the Atlantic writer. What's his name? George something. Jeff Goldberg. Jeff Goldberg. He's a Goldberg. There's jokes there somewhere. There's a joke there. We're going to read the Atlantic article that got all this started. Find out about this Jeffrey Goldberg character. Find out about this Mike Waltz character. We're going to look into Signalgate. Is it a huge bombshell? Do people need to be fired? Do heads need to roll in the Trump administration? Or is it a big nothing burger? Is it Democrats doing what we know they're going to do for the next 8 years, potentially? We'll talk about that. Trump 2028 is coming, baby. Let's go. We doing Trump 2028 in this piece. Is it just what the Democrats do and jump on a nothing burger story because they don't want to acknowledge the good things Trump is doing, so they're just going to bring up every little nonsense thing they can cling to and get their outrage, the media, to spread it so you can get outrage from the tards who are blowing up Teslas right now. We'll talk a little bit about that, the Tesla takeover. I did not end up going to the one out here. it's just been, they're always on Saturdays, and I stream all night Friday and I stream all night Saturday. That daytime on Saturday is like my collect sleep from the whole weekday. It's tough working full time and trying to keep up a active stream schedule and going to these protests with solo dolo, you know? But we got 4 years of a lot of protests, so I will get to plenty. I'll get to plenty of them. Don't worry, guys. What else? And then we're going to spend some time on this Myanmar earthquake situation. A lot of people get annoyed when I cover like global disasters and stuff and like earthquakes and tsunamis and stuff. They're like, we need to worry about America. Why are we talking about Thailand having a flood? It's like, blue is your color. Thank you, sir. Because I don't like natural disasters, but they interest me. These stories interest me, especially if I don't know. I always ask, are they really increasing in frequency? Is this like a sign of the end times? Probably not. Maybe not. Maybe, but probably not. I don't know. I think we see it a lot more because of our access to social media. Maybe these areas are more densely populated now, so the death toll is higher. But I don't know. It could be some end time prophecy stuff, the earthquakes and strange storms and strange weather patterns. I don't know. I don't think cloud seeding can affect earthquakes, so I don't think we could tie that in, but we'll talk about the Myanmar earthquake, some crazy videos going around. So we'll watch those. And then that's it. I don't even have a final segment, because the way it's been working out, when I get to the last segment, like last week, I had a good hour I could have done on that topic, but I only had like 20 minutes to rush through it. So I don't know. If we have leftover time tonight, maybe we'll look a little more at how critical thinking is communist, or I could just go through my files and find something random to talk about. Excuse me. I was arguing with a bunch of people about the gender wage gap. Maybe we'll read the Cato Institute's debunking of the gender wage gap. I think all of us know that. I don't know if I'm going to read that. We'll see what happens with the last little chunk of show. Maybe I'll just hang out with the chat. But first, let's get into this. Let's talk about this Signalgate situation. So the rundown real quick before we read this article that started all of this. This article from The Atlantic drops from this journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg. And he's a known Trump hater. He's helped push propaganda about the what was the Suckers and Losers, the Suckers and Losers hoax. He was one of the proponents of that hoax. Trump's called the military guys suckers and losers. He was real big on some of the other hoaxes, the Russia, Ukraine scandals, alleged scandals. Somehow he got into a group chat on an app called Signal. I think I've heard of it before, but I've never used it. What is it, like WhatsApp? It's like a WhatsApp type chat app. And it's people like Tulsi Gabbard, I believe, not Matt Gaetz, but JD Vance, Pete Hegseth, and then the main guy of the group, Mike Waltz, were chatting about a strike on the Houthis, an airstrike on the Houthis, and when it was going to happen. The name of the chat room was called The Houthis, but they didn't say any names or places in the messages, but they were basically sharing messages, and we'll go through it, the exact messages and all that. They're sharing messages about an airstrike that was going to happen later that day. And little did they know, or maybe they did know, and maybe Mike Waltz knew and the other people didn't know. Maybe they all knew. Maybe this Jeff Goldberg guy is a op. Who knows? Somehow he got into the group chat. An Atlantic Trump-hating journalist got into the Trump administration's Signal group chat talking about military strategies. So the big question is, first off, is this classified information that they're sharing? That's question number one. That's important. Second, are they allowed to share? If it is classified information, are they allowed to talk about it in a Signal chat group with each other? Because some of them are saying when they get their CIA phones, they get their government phones, it has Signalgate loaded on it. So maybe they assumed it was a safe place to talk about these things. Maybe since it's loaded on their phone, it's not loaded on my phone. So maybe it's, maybe they have a home phone and they're like, well, it's this Signal app loaded on my government phone. Maybe it's how we're supposed to talk. I don't know. Are they allowed to be talking on this thing about this stuff? Is this classified information? And then the last question, how the hell did this guy get into the group? Now, Mike Waltz has went on Laura Ingram's show. I forget the name of the show. Waltz is the opposition. It's very simple. That's a possibility too. Is Waltz the opposition? Yeah, we'll try to brainstorm and think of all the possible avenues here. But what was I about to say? Yeah, how did this guy get into the group? So it's either Waltz let this guy in knowing he was an Atlantic journalist and he's an op. I think it's clear Jeffrey Goldberg is an op. But did he infiltrate this chat somehow? Did he do like a Project Veritas, and he found either a woman, maybe he liquored up Tulsi and got invited in? No. How did he get into the chat? He's an op. We know he's an op. How did he get into the chat? The story is Mike Waltz invited him in, but Mike Waltz claims on Laura Ingram's show that his contact name was assigned to the wrong number or something. He had the wrong name assigned to the number. Now, this is a guy in the CIA who's handling what is he, CIA or NSA? We're going to read about it. But he's like military intelligence dude. Probably shouldn't have Atlantic journalists saved under the wrong name in your phone, especially if it's a name of, I don't know, what name did he have it saved under? Donald Trump? He's like, let's invite Don into the group chat. and it's some journalist who hates Trump. Like, I don't know. That seems like a whack excuse. It seems like a bad excuse. That I had the wrong name saved to the wrong number in my phone, and I invited somebody else to the group chat, and it turned out to be this Atlantic journalist. That sounds like some BS. He had to be added to the group. Yeah, he had to be added to the group to get in. But if he did some sort of, if this Jeffrey Goldberg guy did some slick tactics, maybe the reason he was under a different name in Mike Waltz's phone is because he talked to Mike Waltz under a fake name, pretended to be somebody else in order to get into the group chat. If he did that, that's espionage. That's criminal espionage. That would be a crime. He would be in trouble. So, but I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put it past one of these people to do something like that. But the excuse Mike Waltz is given is whack. I don't know. And I don't know a whole lot about Mike Waltz, so we're going to try to find some stuff out today. He looks based. Like, just looking at him, he looks based. Did Waltz say the name he thought he was adding? No. Exactly. That's important too. What name did you think you were adding? Who did you think that you had their number that you assigned to this Jeffrey Goldberg guy to get it into the group? So, and now Democrats are freaking out. A lot of conservatives are not being they're not being consistent. They're not being honest. They're just like trying to brush it off. Maybe it should be brushed off. Maybe it is nothing. I think it is something. I don't think you should. The stuff that they were talking about and these people, you should not have some leftist journalist in your group chat. I agree. That is a problem. But there's a lot of questions, and there's going to be an investigation. So, a lot of conservatives are just doing the whataboutisms. What about Hillary burning the documents and stuff? And that's, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Don't have a double standard, Democrats. You don't care about it when Joe Biden does it. You don't care about it when Hillary does it. You just care about it now. So, timing myself out. Waltz is a Bush guy. He was a cabinet member for the Bush administration. Okay. Good info. Let's read the article that set this all off. This is the article that came out from the Atlantic first, from Jeffrey Goldberg. The Trump administration accidentally texted me its war plans. U.S. national security leaders included me in a group chat about upcoming military strikes in Yemen. I didn't think it could be real. Then the bombs started falling. Dun, dun, dun. The world found out shortly after 2 p.m. Eastern Time on March 15th that the United States was bombing Houthi targets across Yemen. I, however, knew 2 hours before the first bombs exploded that the attack might be coming. The reason I knew this is that Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, had texted me the war plan at 11:44 a.m. The plan included precise information about weapons packages, targets, and timing. This is going to require some explaining. Oh, they're not going to let me read it? Free trial. Let me get a free trial. What's up with that free trial, Atlantic? I'm not giving you my credit card information, bruh. Hold on. Let's try 1 month of the Atlantic. I can't even read it? Skip the trial. Damn it. I didn't know that I couldn't read it. See, I can open things on my phone and read all of it, and then when I go to my computer, it won't let me read it. Well, that screws up the plans, because I have 2 articles from Atlantic here. Damn it. I should have checked this morning. That sucks. They're not letting me read it. They're paywalling me. When I open it on my phone, I can read the whole article. And then when I save the website and open it on my computer, it's telling me I got to pay for it to keep reading. And to do a free trial, I have to basically sign up. And they know that's a scam. They know what's going to happen. I'm going to forget I signed up for the free trial, and they're going to start charging me for it. Some BS. So I can't read the Atlantic article. We have other sources and whatnot we can look at. But I wanted to read the real article because a lot of people, I don't want to be like these Democrats that just repeat what the talking heads say and don't actually look into it. I wanted to read the actual article. This is why people are uninformed. Because you got a dang paywall for the information. Let me see if they'll let me read this one. They're not going to let me read this one anyway. Anyway, a follow-up article came out where he did release the full context, the full content of the message, the group messages. I might have to find it on a different website. Here are the attack. This is the headline. I'll read what they'll let me read for free. Here are the attack plans that Trump's advisors shared on Signal. The administration has downplayed the importance of the text messages inadvertently sent to the Atlantic's editor-in-chief by Jeffrey Goldberg and Shane Harris. Editor's note, this is the second in a series about the Trump administration's use of Signal group chatting. Read the Atlantic's original story here. At Senate hearing yesterday, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and the Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, John Ratcliffe, were both asked about the Signal chat, to which Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, was inadvertently invited by National Security Agency Michael Waltz. There was no classified material that was shared in that Signal group, Gabbard told members of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Yeah, but she looked nervous when she said it, and she said it's an open investigation, so I can't talk about it. But I don't know. It's questionable. Let me see if I can find the Signal chat content. Somewhere else. Here's the entire transcript of messages. Let me see from NBC. Okay, I'll read it from NBC. What does that sound? The Atlantic on Wednesday. This is from NBC News. They'll let me read it for free. Mainstream media. Still free. What up, Lori? Lori. The Atlantic on Wednesday published a transcript of text messages showing that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth detailed U.S. military attack plans in Yemen in a Signal group chat that inadvertently included the magazine's editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg. Here are in the article titled, "Here are the attack plans that Trump's advisors shared on Signal." Goldberg quoted from texts in which Hegseth specified types of U.S. military aircraft and the timing of recent airstrikes against Houthi militias in Yemen. The text did not include information about specific targets. So is this all of them? Oh, here we go. Here's some pictures. They got emojis. Men, somebody on Piers Morgan said this, and I think I agree. And he was a Democrat, and I agree. Men, period, but especially our intelligence people and our military should not be using emojis. Stop it. What the hell's wrong with you? But they're using emojis. Take a look here. JD Vance says, what? What? Mike Waltz says, typing too fast. The first target, their top missile guy, we had positive ID of him walking into his girlfriend's building, and now it's now collapsed. Excellent. Mike Waltz, fist pound, American flag, fire. Let's go, America. What do you, John, calm down with the shirt, man. Calm it down. We get it. I know this is my color. I know. Baby blue's my jam. All right. It says at 12:15 Eastern Time, F-18s launch. First strike package. One of the texts says, referring to a type of military aircraft. At 13:45, that's 1:45 in military time. Trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is at his known location, so should be on time. Also, strike drones launch. MQ-9s. What's an MQ-9 looking like? Let me see what this MQ-9 drone looking like. Is it DJI? Oh, it's the big boys. It's the big boy drones. It's these things. Yeah, it's not what you think of when you think of a drone. This is a drone. That's a drone. That's a real drone. That ain't no DJI. Okay, that's an MQ-9. Goldberg and Shane Harris, a national security and intelligence reporter at The Atlantic, published the latest article a day after President Donald Trump's administration tried to downplay the magazine's first report about the Signal thread. Asked about the matter Tuesday, Trump said, it wasn't classified information. Hegseth, speaking to reporters Monday, said in part, nobody was texting war plans. I don't know if that's the route I would go. On Wednesday, Trump was less definitive. Asked by reporters in the Oval Office if he still believes nothing classified was shared, Trump responded, "That's what I've heard. I don't know. I'm not sure. You have to ask the various people involved. I don't really know." In testimony at a Senate Intelligence Committee hearing Tuesday, National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard and CIA Director John Ratcliffe both claimed no classified material was shared in the group chat. Ratcliffe said his communications in the Signal message group were entirely permissible and lawful and did not include classified information. The intelligence officials both testified Tuesday that Hegseth was the original classifying authority on the chat. So Hegseth and Walz could be in trouble. But I think, just as a show of faith, that maybe this Walz guy's got to go. He's got to get fired. He's fired. Goldberg and Harris. Oh, the chair is blue as well. It's a theme. Oh, man. A handsome feller. Don't make me blush. Goldberg and I already read that. Oh, wait, did I read this? Statements. Combined with the assertion made by numerous administration officials that we were lying about the content in the Signal text, has led us to believe that people should see the text in order to reach their own conclusions. There is a clear public interest in disclosing this sort of information that Trump advisors included in non-secure communication channels, especially because senior administration figures are attempting to downplay the significance of the messages that were shared, Goldberg and Harris added. Information about an upcoming U.S. military attack on an adversary is typically considered to be classified, according to at least 4 former national security and intelligence officials who handled legal matters. So this could be bad. Do we have the clip of Tulsi here? I think we have the clip of Tulsi on the Senate floor. Gabbard testified before the House Intelligence Committee on Wednesday that the leaked group text was a mistake, but reiterated her claim that no classified information was shared on the chain.
It's about that group chat leak. Right now, top intelligence officials are back on Capitol Hill.
Oh, this lady looks like... This lady looks like she would light a Tesla on fire.
Hearing about worldwide threats, but House Democrats have been questioning them after the Atlantic's editor-in-chief published more messages from that group text chain today. These were shared with him by senior Trump administration officials.
Okay, just get to the...
Was
here we go.
And sensitive. But as the President National Security Advisor stated, no classified information was shared.
I've seen things much less sensitive be presented to us with high classification.
Okay, so see, that's not quite whataboutism. He's not pointing to a specific thing, but he's saying that this is not an uncommon thing. This has happened before, and I think that's probably right. I think that this has probably happened a ton of times. Imagine what Joe Biden's text chains look like ice cream emojis. You don't know what he's texting, what he's messaging to people. I'm sure way worse has happened. And we know way worse has happened with Burisma, with Joe Biden's garage Corvette files, you know, and they don't care. So I think there is it's a little bit nuanced that it's, yeah, they shouldn't have had this guy in the group chat for sure. Yeah, they probably shouldn't be talking about this stuff on Signal. But also, this shit probably happens all the time and nobody cares. They're just making a big story about it because Democrats need something to attack Trump on. They need something to be outraged about. Instead of saying, well, we had a successful airstrike on the Houthis. That's cool. No, forget about the airstrike that was successful regardless of the leak. Let's focus on the fact that there's an Atlantic guy in the dang group chat.
And to say that it isn't is a lie to the country.
Those messages were revealed today and revealed that I did not transmit classified information.
This text message is clearly classified information. Secretary Hegseth has disclosed military plans as well as classified information. He needs to resign immediately.
You can see a pretty tense back and forth.
Here's more of the leak. We read this. Strike drones on target. This is when the strike drones on target. This is when the first bombs will definitely drop, pending earlier trigger-based targets. F-18 second strike starts. Also, first sea-based Tomahawks launched. So there is no names of targets and no specific locations, but there is names of military equipment. It's pretty descriptive of the operation. It doesn't look good. I think as a show of faith, Trump needs to fire Mike Waltz. And that's actually looking like that may happen. I'll read you a few articles here in a second.
There, the government insists that the group chat did not include any classified information. But to be clear, these new messages do not appear to have any details about targeting locations.
If it was super classified, and here's a question that I just thought of. If this was some highly classified government information, would they be plastering it on every news channel like NBC News and The Atlantic? Would they even be publishing this publicly? Would they be making the messages public and showing the whole world if it was in fact classified information? Regardless of if the military operation happened or went successful or not, would they be showing this to the whole world on TV if it was actually classified information? Something tells me no. Something tells me if this was classified information and this Atlantic guy got a hold of it, he would report on the story, but he wouldn't be able to make the information public because it's classified. It seems like it's not classified to me if they're showing everybody it. I don't know.
But they do show Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth discussing the timing of the attack and the weapons that were being used. These were apparently sent about 2 hours.
I don't know a lot
before
about
those
Signal.
strikes.
I've never used Signal.
We have coverage from all angles this hour. NBC News senior national security correspondent Courtney Cubey, who's been following all of this for us. But let's go ahead.
I don't care about what these ladies have to say. No offense, ladies, but I got this. I got this. All right. What are you saying? Gorilla biscuits. It's Signal. This is really crazy. Yes. Yes, if it were classified, they would be able to release it to the public. I don't know. I don't know about that. So keep up with the latest. Now NBC News is trying to paywall my ass. They want my email? I'm going to give you the email I never use. How about that? Haha. I'll give you my spam email account. So it is looking like there may be some firing going on here pretty soon. JD Vance is calling for Mike Waltz to be fired, and Trump is venting his frustration, says the headline. Trump privately vents his frustration about Michael Waltz. The president's anger stems from the National Security Advisor's role in the Signal chat military plans becoming public, as well as the special election for Waltz's old House seat. And they're trying to figure out who's going to fill his old House seat currently. Yes, they would be cracking down on anyone else who did the same thing, yes. Maybe it was a ruse to test who is the leak. That's possible, too. That's possible, too. Yeah, I want to know why this guy's name was under a fake name in Mike Waltz's phone. I would not put it past this Jeffrey Goldberg guy to have been doing some swindly, scandalous actions to get into that group. How did he get into that group? Because that would be espionage. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to sneak into a secret classified government chat group and tell the whole world about it. That's not the same as a whistleblower. That's espionage. President Donald Trump expressed frustration with National Security Advisor Michael Waltz on Thursday in conversations about his decision to withdraw Representative Elise Stefanik's nomination to be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. According to two Republican sources with knowledge of the conversation, Trump's frustration is twofold, the sources said. The president is angry that Walz fumbled a signal group chat created to coordinate among senior national security officials. According to screenshots published by The Atlantic, a Signal user with Walz's name added Jeffrey Goldberg, the magazine's editor-in-chief, to the group chat. The episode has created a multi-day controversy for the White House. But Trump is also annoyed that the race to replace Walz in Congress is shaping up to be more competitive than it should be for Republicans. The next week's special election in Florida only opened up because Trump selected Walz for his position in the administration. Even though GOP leaders are confident the Republican candidate in that special election, Randy Fine, will pull off a win, Trump is still worried that the optics are fueling a negative narrative and making the party look bad, the sources said. Man, Democrats' approval rating is down to like 27%. It's the lowest it's ever been in history. So don't get too down and discouraged when you see all these crazy people protesting every weekend and you see Tesla dealerships getting lit on fire. There's a handful of psychos, you know, but I think most people aren't that dumb. Well, no, I'm not going to put it back past the American population to be dumb. Especially en masse. But I don't think the majority of them are blown up. Dude, James Klug did a Tesla takeover video where he was asking people about what they thought about Tesla. And this dude's like, Elon Musk and Trump should be beheaded. He seemed like a reasonable older dude until he said Trump and Elon both should be beheaded. What are you smoking on? And then this other guy's like, he's like, are you okay with Teslas being lit on fire? And the guy's like, man, I'm not about that. I'm about whatever's for the people. Then he walked away. That was it. That's deep. That's deep. Nobody else has been prosecuted for before, so they should be forgiven, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I think Trump could fire this Walz guy and just make a statement or an example. Somebody has to go down. Trump allies take aim at Michael Waltz. While Waltz came in for criticism because Goldberg's inclusion in the chat ultimately resulted in its publication, others have scrutinized Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth more closely because he shared details of military plans over a commercial app instead of using traditional government channels for sensitive information. Senator Roger Wicker, Republican of Mississippi, the chair of the Senate Armed Services Committee, on Thursday asked the Defense Department's Inspector General to open an investigation into the Signal chat and specifically whether department policies on classification and sharing sensitive information were broken. Wicker and ranking member of the panel, Senator Jack Reed, Democrat of Rhode Island, sent the letter to the Inspector General together. The information as published recently appears to me to be of such a sensitive nature that based on my knowledge, I would have wanted it classified. So it might not have been classified, but it should have been classified. Hegseth is doing a great job. He had nothing to do with this. Hegseth, how do you bring Hegseth into it? He had nothing to do with it, Trump said Wednesday in response to questions from reporters. And from National Review, I believe this is the article I have about. Where is it? I want to read this too. Let's skip this and go. Times of India. From the Times of India, J.D. Vance privately suggests Trump to oust Mike Waltz for embarrassing Chatgate. Chatgate? I thought we were calling it Signalgate. I thought the Dems were calling it Signalgate. Here they're calling it Chatgate. Yemen is a joke. That's why it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think it's kind of a nothing burger. But they got to have something to be outraged about. Despite Donald Trump and the White House playing down the controversy over the Yemen war plan leak on a Signal chat group, the search to find a scapegoat is on, and Vice President J.D. Vance wanted NSA, so it's not CIA, it's NSA. I think I said CIA, NSA, one of them one of them 3-letter agencies. NSA Mike Waltz to be fired. Politico reported that there was a private meeting attended by Trump, the vice president, chief of staff Susie Weil, and top personnel official Sergio Garand. All of them suggested that Mike Waltz should bear the brunt, as he added Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg. According to insiders, Trump too agreed that it was Waltz who made a mess, but he decided not to fire him for this reason. They don't want to give the press a scalp. One insider told Politico, they're scalping people over here. I think that's kind of based that Trump says, you know what? No, the press is blowing this out of proportion. I'm not going to fire one of my guys because he made a mistake, and you guys are blowing it out of proportion. You know, I respect that. Trump's going to make the right decision on whether he should fire him or not. The Atlantic published a bombshell report, blah, 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 blah. We know about all that. But I want to read this. Where did my... I was going to look into Mike Waltz. I think I closed it on accident. That's all right, we'll open another one. We're going to look into Mike Waltz real quick, just his background and stuff, so I can be informed. But first, from National Review, Jeffrey Goldberg refutes Mike Waltz's claim they had never spoken before Signal scandal. Simply not true. So Mike Waltz saying, I don't even know this guy. I don't know the guy. And Jeffrey Goldberg saying, that's not true. We talk all the time, Mike. Remember last night when I bought you drinks and I put my phone number in your phone under that under the name Sweet Boy? He's in Mike Waltz's phone under the name Sweet Boy from the bar. I don't know. No, I need to stop. Mike Waltz. I don't know if Mike Waltz is into that. Atlantic editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg says it's simply not true that he and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz had never communicated with him before Goldberg was mistakenly included in a Signal chat of top Trump administration officials. If they'd never talked before, how would he get in his phone in the first place? Screenshots shared by Goldberg show Waltz added the journalist to the Signal chat about an upcoming attack on the Houthi rebels in Yemen. Waltz has repeatedly said he's never spoken to Goldberg before. During an appearance on Fox News earlier this week, Waltz said he must have had Goldberg's number in his phone because if you have somebody else's contact and then somehow it gets sucked in. Whoa. What? No, that's never happened to me before, Mike. This isn't the Matrix, Goldberg said when he asked about Waltz's explanation during an appearance on NBC's Meet the Press. Phone numbers don't just get sucked into other phones. I don't know what he's talking about there. Yeah, me neither. You know, very frequently in journalism, the most obvious explanation is the explanation, he added. What's that, Higgins razor? The most obvious explanation is usually that's Occam's razor. That's Occam. That's old boy Occam. That's Occam's razor. My phone number was in his phone because my phone number is in his phone. He's telling everyone that he's never met me or spoken to me. That's just simply not true. I understand why he's doing it. Well, explain to us when you spoke before. Goldberg, what happened? Goldberg said the situation has become somewhat farcical, adding, there's no subterfuge here. My number was in his phone. He mistakenly added me to the group chat. There we go. Yeah, but that's a convenient mistakenly add someone. Like, if his grandma mistakenly got added, then I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But mistakenly adding an Atlantic Trump-hating journalist to the group text? No. Something else is going on here. Something fishy. Mike Waltz is an op, or Goldberg did some slick stuff. When the texts are coming over as I'm watching them unfold, it's 11:44. Pete Hegseth is promising that U.S. warplanes are taking off in 30 minutes to bomb any targets. I simply don't know what the meaning of classified or secret or top secret is. If this isn't secret, I don't know what is basically what he's saying. Because American pilots were about to fly into possibly a deadly situation, and the Secretary of Defense is telling everyone in the group chat, which, by the way, included me, that these pilots were about to go into harm's way, he added. He said he was sort of a gasp when I'm watching this unfold. And you didn't do anything to stop it. You didn't jump in and say, hey, guys, Just to let you know, I'm a journalist and I'm in your group chat. Maybe don't talk about this. Oh, no. He needs the scoop. I got to go for like an hour. What are we going to do? What are we going to do without John Castle for an hour? So I don't know. This whole situation is kind of fishy. I want to look into Mike Waltz real quick. We're just going to Wikipedia him. Let's get a little background information here before we move on. We're going to talk about these tariffs. Liberation Day is 2 days. 2 days till Liberation Day. We'll talk about that next. But let me see about this Mike Waltz guy. Michael George Glenn Waltz. He's got 4 names. Wow. He's an American politician, businessman, author, and former Army Special Forces officer who is the 29th and current U.S. National Security Advisor, serving under Donald Trump. He's not doing a very good job with advising national security if he doesn't even know who's in his cell phone. President Donald Trump, since 2025, a member of the Republican Party, U.S. Representative for Florida's 6th Congressional District. He looks like a base guy. Like, he looks like Chad government guy compared to, at least he doesn't look confused about his gender or anything like that. He was the first Army Special Forces soldier to be elected to Congress. Army Special Forces, that's based. He received 4 Bronze Stars while serving in the Special Forces during multiple combat tours in Afghanistan, the Middle East, and Africa. He served in the Bush administration as a defense policy director in the Pentagon and as a counterterrorism advisor to Vice President Dick Cheney. So he's kind of little establishment, but also base military dude. Actual combat vet, not a paper pusher. Waltz was elected to the House of Representatives, defeating former Ambassador Nancy Soderberg and succeeding Ron DeSantis, who was elected governor of Florida that year. Waltz was reelected in 2020, 2022, and 2024 with over 60% of the vote in each election. Chair of the House Armed Services Subcommittee on Readiness. Seems like Waltz is considered one of Congress's most hawkish members with regard to China, believing the Chinese Communist Party is in a Cold War with the U.S. So he likes war. He's a soldier. He likes war. I don't think that, usually not a fan of the hawkish types, the war hawks, but we do need some of them, for when we get in wars. We do need some hawks in there. I need more water. I have indigestion today. Indigestion. Wow. He was on the subcommittee for the CIA too. Seems like Democrats and rhinos being slimy rats again. That's possible too. Yep. He went to military school in Virginia. He seems. Yep, Virginia Military Institute. Republican. Preceded by DeSantis. I don't know. He seems like an upstanding guy, although a little war hawkish, he likes the wars. I don't know, but do we want to be firing strong men that we finally got into these positions and bring back Nancy? I don't know. Trump will make the right decision. It could have just been a mistake. It's a big mistake, though. We need to avoid these stupid mistakes and stop sending emojis. What the hell is wrong with you? You're a grown man. You work in the government. Let's have some decorum in our government group chats. I don't want to see emojis. I don't want to see fist bumps in my government chats. Green Beret, Special Forces. Green Beret is like England or something, isn't it? That's like British. That's like British Special Forces, isn't it? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the Signalgate stuff. I'll keep you updated when we find out, they're going to investigate this stuff. We need to figure out how dude got into the chat. We need to figure out if it is classified information. Hopefully this kind of fizzles out, though. We just got rid of Trudeau, and now we have his cousin Mark Carney. Make that make sense. Yeah, and I've been hearing people saying that Mark Carney guy is actually like the most conservative dude you guys could have got. But he doesn't like what Trump is doing with the tariffs. Because when I first saw him, the first thing he did, that Mark Carney guy, was call out Trump. And I was like, oh, that's a mistake. You shouldn't have done that on your first day. But then I've heard people saying he's actually a very conservative guy. He just thinks the tariffs are stupid. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about Canada. I know they got like syrup or something. But let's talk about these tariffs. Liberation Day is right around the corner. April 2nd, not April 1st, because April 1st is April Fool's Day, and Trump doesn't want you to think that this is some kind of joke. It's not a joke. It's not a fool. It's not a gag. That's why we're not doing it on April 1st. I'm kind of superstitious. We're going to do it April 2nd, Liberation Day. I heard he used to go to Epstein Island. What the? Liberation Day, the tariffs are going to hit. Is it going to be an economic collapse? Are all the markets going to like, apparently stocks dipped. Stocks dipped Monday. When the market opened, people are getting worried about the tariffs. What's going to happen? Is the entire world economy going to collapse? Are we all going to starve to death in America? What's going to happen? Maybe if food gets more expensive, Americans won't be so obese. See, there's a silver lining. There's a silver lining in everything. Canada isn't a real place. Let's watch this, and I need to go get some more water while this plays.
Wednesday are on the table for all nations. Let's go live to Scripps News correspondent Joe St. George in D.C. And
Liberation Day.
25% car tariffs, Joe, on vehicles start on Thursday. The president says he, quote, couldn't care less if the increase comes with car prices so long as more manufacturing does come to the United States.
Less. Buy a Tesla.
I think that speaks volumes to how much President Trump cares about implementing these tariffs. It's pretty clear when you listen to him speak about this. He wants a fundamental transformation in how the government takes on revenue. He thinks it's unfair that all these countries are putting tariffs and taxes on American-made goods when they get imported into their countries, and he's committed to changing,
you don't like it, buy a Tesla.
The status quo. So it's a passion there. We should note that most economists say price increases are coming for all Americans, and this will be passed on.
Fear-mongering,
to you,
watch.
To me, to everyone's families. The business will pay the tariff and then ultimately raise their prices as a direct result. Now, we should say the White House this weekend has pushed back a bit on that. They don't agree with that pretty much universally accepted economic theory. They think some countries are going to eat the cost of this because they're going to have to if they want to still play ball, have reasonable prices.
Hey, super chat, chair chat from Jeremy coming in with the chair chat. I've been broke my whole life. Now money right. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy with the wrench now, looking wrenchful. I just made that up. Don't make me come up there, Lori. I only eat eggs. I only eat eagle eggs. I'm American. For eagle egg, I think that's illegal.
Prices in the United States. Remember, this is all about, in President Trump's words, getting more manufacturing jobs, more things made in the U.S. as opposed to overseas. The cost, it depends what we're talking.
Dude, the freaking guy at my work that talks really loud about his life all the time. Everybody got a guy like that at work that's just always talking so loud that everybody everywhere can hear him about his personal life and other things and his political views. And it's just like, shut up. that guy was saying the other day, he's like, I don't even buy American anymore. That's why I don't buy American, because you can't get parts and it's too expensive. Da, 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 da. I'm like, I don't buy Dodge. I don't buy Ford. I don't buy American. I wanted to say, shut up, you damn commie. Get the hell out of here, you commie.
About. If we're talking about cars, some experts have said make and model dependent could be north of $10,000 more. If you're building a house, the mayor of Columbus, Ohio, has said it could be $21,000 more. Think of lumber that often comes from overseas.
Fuck Canadian lumber. Sorry, I cussed, guys. Hold on. Where's my soundboard? Yo. Canadian lumber. That motherfucking Canadian lumber. We've got trees in America, bro.
The White House believes they're going to raise $6 trillion if these tariffs go into effect. And we stress the word if. If that's the case, economists have said that would be the largest peacetime tax increase in American history.
Everybody, everywhere, all at once. I'll just bet he loves bagels with everything on them. What does that even mean? Who are you talking about, Shiva? What?
It would certainly be transformational. We don't have specific details on what tariffs are going to be implemented.
Do you guys think you have monopoly on trees? We can't freaking cut wood in America? We know how to cut lumber.
Implemented this week beyond the auto tariffs. That will be forthcoming. Yesterday on Air Force One, the president was asked, Mr. President, is this going to be 10 countries, 15? He said all
should become American.
Which has rattled
I am American.
Wall Street a bit ahead of the markets opening. The Dow futures down.
I'm the most American. I'm 100% American. I'm like 4th generation Floridian. Look at this. Tampa, Florida. You know where it's located? You know what large body of water it sits on? The Gulf of America. That's what. That's right. Your buddy at work, also it's a movie reference, you Philistine. Your buddy at work. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, Shiva. I never seen the movie. I'm a Philistine. All right. The tariffs. The tariffs. Liberation Day. Bloomberg's not going to let me read the article. I have to pay for it. Everybody wants money. They only love me for my money. That's all they want. Oh, register for free. Let's try this. Oh, I gotta give them an email. We'll give them the spam email. The email I've never checked in my whole life. Oh my God, I hate this. Now I have to go open that email, find the freaking code. We're not reading it. Sorry, Bloomberg. I'm not reading you. Trump's reciprocal tariffs set to start with all countries on Tuesday. That's all I can read. I'm not paying Bloomberg. And I don't even want to go check that email for the code. Don't even want to check it. Not even going to take the time to do it. Catherine Guzfraba. Americans eat eagle eggs. No, they don't. Don't tell people that. They're going to think we're savages over here. These eagles, we got to save the eagle. These eagles are an endangered species, allegedly. I don't even know if I believe in extinction. I don't even know if I believe in that. Can an animal actually go extinct? It's got some brother somewhere. Like if pandas go extinct. There's other bears. Also, I don't even know if pandas are real. I think they're robots. You can use AdBlock Plus and block out the overlay to see the content behind it. Ooh, there's a workaround. There's a little workaround right there. Goose Frabas from the movie Anger Management with Adam Sandler. I haven't seen that movie in like 20 years. Global stock markets fall is from The Guardian. Hopefully they'll let me read it. Yeah, they'll let me read it. Okay. Global stock markets fall as new Trump tariffs loom. Threat of deepening trade war on eve of Trump's Liberation Day spooks investors across U.S., Asia Pacific, and Europe. Look at this guy. Looks like he's about to cry. The picture. Look at this crazy old man. Shut up, bro. Get a real job. Stock market trader. You're a paid gambler. Sometimes you can also just use private mode to access content. Yeah, I used to do that. And for some reason I stopped. I forget why. Oh, I remember why. It's because every time I try to log into something like Facebook to show something I have saved or X or something, if I'm in private mode, it has me logged out and then I have to log in again. It was quicker just to do it in not private mode. Stock markets across the world fell heavily on Monday after Donald Trump suggested that new tariffs he is expected to announce this week would hit all countries. Shares fell across Asia Pacific markets in Europe and in the U.S. So if it's going down everywhere, you know, time to buy up some stocks, boys and girls, because it's going to correct. And I think it's going to come back better and stronger. I think we might feel this for like 6 months. So a couple things might go up in price. You know, unfortunately, I need to hurry up and buy. I should have bought all this stuff for my computer today. I could buy everything I need except a graphics card today. But then I want to leave. There's a certain amount of money that I want to leave in my savings account. And if I buy it all today, I won't have that target staying in my savings account. I'll be able to replace it in a couple weeks when I get paid again. I'll be able to replace it, and then I'll have my pillow money in my savings account. But I need to buy the dang computer parts before these chip prices go up, boy. These Chinese tariffs, these dang semiconductors in Taiwan. We're tariffing the hell out of them until we get our own American semiconductors. Screw NVIDIA. We're going to make America video. But until that happens, that we've known car prices, electronics, things like that might go up. Bananas and avocados. You can't get your cartel avocados for 88 cents a piece anymore. They're going to be like $1 now. I don't care. I don't eat avocado. I do eat avocados. You know why? Because I like guacamole. And I realized one day when I was eating guacamole, because I was like, I'm not buying an avocado. What the hell I want an avocado for? And I was eating some guacamole dip the other day. And I was like, damn, I basically just bought an avocado. Just in a bowl. With little chops of tomato in it. But essentially, it's just avocado. Ridiculous. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. With the dang guac. Shares fell across. I already read that. Trump told reporters on Air Force One, you'd start with all countries, essentially all of the countries. That's what we're talking about. Which countries am I going to tariff? All the countries. Every country will be tariffed. Why would I just tariff half of them? I'm going to tariff all of them. The streets should be lined with fruit and vegetables. But the government said you can't do that because of cleanup costs. Yeah, it's crazy. There's like gardening restrictions in California. You're not allowed to have a dang garden. Yep. Trump told, Democrats and like Republicans would agree on that. Like, why can't we just grow food freely wherever? Why do we grow decorative shrubberies and trees and stuff? Why don't we just put food, in front of a store? Why do we have freaking begonias when we could have tomatoes? I tried to do like a wordplay there. It didn't work. Think you're following the teachings of Jesus? He wasn't a sexist pig. You think you're following the teachings of Jesus? He wasn't a sexist pig. A shrubbery. Yeah, why do we need shrubbery? Why don't we put food in there? What are you talking about? Who's sexist? What about women can't teach in the church? How about when he was talking to his mama and he said, woman? He called her woman. I think everyone is inherently sexist because there's a difference in the sexes. Yep. Catherine, what's wrong? What's going on? What's going on in your life? You're approaching heresy. It's true you triggered Jit. What? Do I seem triggered? You seem triggered. I don't think I'm triggered. What did I say that was sexist tonight? I haven't said anything sexist tonight. I'm not disagreeing. I just haven't said anything sexist yet tonight. Oh yeah, I did. I said I'd rather have Mike Waltz in there than some woman as the NSA. I did say something sexist. Damn, you got me. Damn. I can't help it. Last time a woman called me misogynistic, I told her, why don't you try misogynistic? I love a lady misogynist. Trump. Those tariffs on imports into the U.S. are due to be announced on Wednesday, which has been labeled Liberation Day by Trump. On Monday, the threat of a deepening trade war spooked investors in Tokyo. Japanese Nikkei index lost 4%, and South Korea's Kospi fell 3%. The wave of selling swept into Europe markets as well. The UK's FTSE 100 fell 0.9%. Germany's DAX was down 1.3%. And France's CAC, it is the CAC. In France, we trade on the CAC. Lost 1.6%. A selling wave is sweeping across global markets, said Jacques Stanzi, the chief market analyst at CMC Markets. The tariffs imposed by the U.S. government and the fear of new announcements as early as Wednesday are creating a bleak atmosphere on trading floors worldwide. What's up, Jeff? Joe comes from Joanna. Joe comes from Joe Mama. What's Catherine going on about? So that's not sexist? No, I said it is sexist. What are you talking? Are you listening? You want to fight me, Catherine? Jit had a hard G, not a soft one. GIT is jit. And she's not even using it correctly unless she's calling me a young man, which I appreciate it, Catherine. I think I'm getting kind of old, but I'll take it. A jit is a young boy. When you say, what's up, jit, you're saying young kid. Like, it's usually in like jail and gangbanger slang. At least that's what jit means to me. I don't know if there's another word for jit, but jit is like a young buck, like a little young troublemaker is a jit. What are you doing in here, jit? That's what we say in the clink, you know? Buddy on buddy violence. What's up, Robert? I'm just trying to see what Catherine's. Did Catherine leave? John is long form for Joe, which is a girl's name. John is long form for Joe. What? What kind of crack are you smoking? Joe is short for Joanna. Then she says Joe comes from Joanna. So what are you implying? That Joanna... But Joanna is the feminine version of Joanathan. What are you talking about? Cat cuts for these nuts. Jit sounds like Roscoe P. Coltrane, as in too legit to quit. I'm very pretty, Catherine. Like your weirdo trans friend who cooks in weird clothes and streams it. Cooks in weird clothes and streams it. My weirdo trans friend who cooks in weird clothes and streams it. The closest thing I have to a weird trans friend is Mel, Cosmic Fox. Are we friends? I think we're friends, you know? I think we're friends. Me and Mel are friends. That's the only weirdo trans friend I have. But I don't think Mel can cook to save his life. That seems very sexist of you, Catherine. Catherine. Why are you so transphobic and sexist? Dang. Jesus wouldn't like that. That was more like an adversary. Yeah, you got to keep your friends close and your enemies closer, you know? With friends like these, who needs enemies? That's what I always say. This is a boring topic. I don't care about tariffs. Bro, I've always been broke. I'm happy. I hope everyone becomes broke. I hope the economy crashes and everyone is poor. And then you get to see what it's like. You people who never been poor. F you. No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with being born into wealth and working hard and maintaining that wealth. We need people like that. But if everybody was poor, that would be pretty awesome. Because a lot of people ain't going to make it. Cat is being silly. We need to invade Canada? Uh-oh. Oh, Jess is so dumb. Well, who's dumb? The dumb guy talking on the internet or the dumb person watching the dumb guy talking on the internet? In his annual letter to shareholders, the boss of the world's biggest investment fund manager said that nearly every client, nearly every leader he had spoken to was more anxious about the economy than any time in recent memory, adding, "I understand why. Economists fear that adding tariffs on imported goods will push up U.S. inflation as importers pass on costs to customers and also hurt confidence. Data last Friday showed consumer sentiment across America had fallen sharply this month due to its lowest level since 2022, knocking shares in New York. Goldman Sachs has now raised its estimate for the probability of a U.S. recession during the next 12 months to 35%, up from 20% previously, and warned that this would typically lead to further losses on Wall Street. The historical equity market recession playbook implies a roughly 25% S&P 500 drawdown from the recent market peak. If followed, this pattern would suggest a further 17% drawdown from today's price to a trough level. A trough level? Is that a spelling error or is that a thing in stock language? A trough level of roughly 4,600. Goldman analysts told clients. The Swiss bank USB has cut its forecast from where the S&P 500 index of the U.S. stock will end this year from 6,600 points to 6,400. It's time to buy, boys. It's time to buy. Let this market crash and then scoop up them stocks. I am not a financial advisor. Don't take anything I say. Unless you want to be broke, I can teach you how to do that. Expressing herself with full capabilities. Catherine is usually really nice. She nice. I only watch dumb guys on the internet. Smart guys make me feel dumb. Whatever, Shiva. Whatever. Dumbs, the clinical condition. I'm super dumb. It's a problem. The clinical condition, doesn't it mean you can't talk? We need more dumb women in the world. No, that's mute. Deaf and dumb. We need more women who can't talk in the world. You know? Who needs... That mouth's not for talking. What that mouth do? Shouldn't be talking. Uber dumb is a technical term. Okay. I'm done trolling JS and his weird fascist views. I'm only kind of fascist. I'm only like semi-fascist. What is your weird law-libertarian views? Freedom, my rights. I need freedom in my rights. CNN Politics, why Trump's Liberation Day tariff transformation is so risky. It's risky. President Donald Trump is set to gamble the success of his second term, the economy, and the personal finances of millions of Americans this week on his long-held beliefs. It's okay, he'll have a third term. On his long-held beliefs that tariffs can recreate a golden age of U.S. wealth and independence. By golden age, he means we're all going to live to be 900 years old. JS plays with Lego, says it all. I don't play with Legos. I build. And yes, I'm saying it plural. I don't care what you guys say. I don't play with Legos. I build and display and collect Legos. Get it right. Get it right. I don't freaking sit here and go, I'm Darth Vader. Oh, shit. Homeboy just fell. Jar Jar Binks just fell off the ship. Luckily, we're in space, so he floats. Darth. Wait, this is light side Darth. Rey, come to the light side. No, never. It's impossible. I'm just kidding. I do play with my Legos. Miso fall down. Misa Jar Jar Binks. Where is he? Such as Trump's capricious leadership. Capricious. It's a good word. Leadership that nothing is certain until it happens, and adamant orders, especially on trade, are often reversed as soon as they are given. But Trump promises that Wednesday, April 2nd, will be Liberation Day when he imposes reciprocal dollar-for-dollar tariffs on nations that levy duties on U.S. goods. Reciprocal tariffs. They're already tariffing us. Award-winning sound effects, people. I just subbed to Catherine. She's a flat earther. Oh, that explains it. That explains the mental retardation. That explains the thumb vomit on the screen that I keep seeing. As Wednesday's deadline approaches, the president is further damaging the confidence on which economic stability depends by raising contradictory expectations, suggesting, for instance, that some nations or industries may get opt-outs. A little dyslexic there. Opt-outs for the new tariffs. His whiplash leadership risks as much damage as the policies themselves. Trump reasons that by imposing tariffs on imports, he'll force firms to relocate manufacturing and supply chains to the United States. Great. More jobs for Americans, cheaper domestically made products. Sounds like a good idea. And other countries are going to stop graping us with their tariffs. Sounds like a win-win. And the distribution of cost for producer to consumer is like 60-40. It's like the consumer, yeah, they pick up a little bit of it, but the majority of it's going to be picked up by the producer. The producer is going to charge the importer extra because of that. So then they pick up the cost. You just keep passing the cost along. I like words. Words, and words. I bet JS ignores that I'm a scientist. Oh, God. Cherry picking the truth like a true fashion. A scientist, a flat earther scientist. Yeah, I'm sure you're. All right, Bill Nye. All right, Bill Nye, the science girl. Trump reasons that by imposing tariffs on imports, I already read that. The downside, however, is that tariffs will spike prices for consumers weary of the high cost of living. And there's no guarantee. Dude, you can live for free. It is possible. Most people aren't going to make it, but you can live for free. And there's no guarantee firms will bring production back stateside, since such a reorientation would take years and presumably outlast Trump's time in power. I guarantee you I know more about science than Catherine does. Europe stocks close lower, cementing March loss as tariffs uncertainty persists. From CNBC. European markets traded sharply lower on Monday as global investors braced for U.S. President Donald Trump's trade tariffs to come into force. The regional stocks 600 index closed 1.51 lower, with nearly all sectors and major bourses firmly in negative territory. Is that like a British word? Bourses? The final trading day of March marks the stock 600's first losing month of the year, with a loss of nearly 3%, according to LSEG data. However, in 2025, so far, the index continues to outperform the U.S. S&P 500, which is on course to drop more than 6% in March. The global sell-off comes ahead of the raft of Trump tariffs set to come into effect on Wednesday, including a 25% levy on all cars that are not made in the United States. Based. The president is also expected to announce his plan for reciprocal tariffs. The Trump administration is up April 2nd, the day when Trump's tariffs come into force, and more sectoral levies are expected to be announced. Liberation Day. Liberation Day. Okay. So the tariffs are coming. People are losing their damn minds. And meanwhile, what does Trump do? Is this an epic troll? Do you think Trump is just epically trolling here? Or is this legit? God, I hope it's real. While everybody's losing their mind over the tariffs and lighting Tesla factories on fire, Trump says, I might run again. I might do a third term. Who knows? We'll see. We can just... Biden said that the Constitution could change. Biden told me. I'm just doing what Biden said. We're going to change the Constitution. I'm going to be president forever. The founding fathers didn't want term limits. Nope. No more term limits. I'm going to be president till I'm 180 years old. Trying to pick up John. We have a love connection here. We have a love connection going on. Oh, look at that. Hit me up, John. What? John, slide up in them DMs, boy. Tariff grape is a serious issue. Yes, you do not want to be tariff graped. We got a love connection. That's nice. JF does look like Chuck Woolery. I don't know who that is. Let me look it up. Let me see what this Chuck Woolery is. Look like Chuck Norris, bruh. Chuck Woolery. Hi, I'm Chuck Woolery. Today, he's Wheel of Fortune? He's dead, bro. Today on Wheel of Fortune, I'm Chuck Woolery. And Love Connection. Oh, he hosted Love Connection. Okay. And Scrabble. He later became a right-wing podcaster. Let's go, Chuck. Shout out, Chuck. Shout out, Chuck Woolery. Chuck Woolery is the host of Chuck Woolery. Chuck Woolery was the host of the Chuck Woolery Show? Oh, okay. Hello, JS. How's it going tonight? Pretty good. Paper bag queen. From the AP, amidst all of these people freaking out about tariffs, Trump says he's considering ways to serve a third term as president. Let's go. Trump 2028. I'm going to need a Trump 2028 flag. Dude, that would be so awesome. Just for the content and the rage from the lefties. I love it. President Donald Trump said Sunday that I'm not joking about trying to serve a third term. The clearest indication, which probably means he's joking, the clearest indication he is considering ways to breach a constitutional barrier against continuing to lead the country after his second term ends at the beginning of 2029. There are methods which you could do it. Trump said in a telephone interview with NBC News from Mar-a-Lago, his private club. He elaborated later to reporters on Air Force One from Florida to Washington that I have had more people ask me to have a third term, which in a way is a fourth term because of the other election. The 2020 election was totally rigged. Trump lost that election allegedly to Democrat Joe Biden. Still, Trump added, I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we've got a long way to go. We've got 3 more years. There's a second countdown of time remaining in Trump's term somewhere. You can let your Democrat friends know, hey, calm down. There's only 186 million seconds of Trump left. Yes, Queen. Shall I start prepping the grill? Hey, let's go. Let's go. The 22nd Amendment to the Constitution, added to the Constitution in 1951 after Franklin Delano Roosevelt, worst president ever, FDR. That's the dude that murked Kennedy, right? No. That was Lyndon Baines Johnson. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he was a commie too, huh? One of the Roosevelts was a commie, and I always get them mixed up. So if Franklin Delano Roosevelt was the based one, then I'm sorry. But one of the damn Roosevelts was a commie. I think it's Delano, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was a commie. Theodore Roosevelt, I think, was more based. Teddy, old Teddy. I'm not sure. I might be getting them mixed up. Not a history buff. But Roosevelt was a commie. One of them was elected 4 times in a row. It says no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. See, they added that in 1951. That was not originally in the Constitution. That was not something the founding fathers were like standing on. They'll say, well, George Washington said he didn't want to be king, so he gave it up. Well, good man. But he didn't even say it was a requirement. There ain't no dang requirement. Roosevelt got elected 4 times in a row, and he was a damn commie. Diddy did it. Epstein did it. What are you guys talking about? Teddy was the based one. He was the cowboy. Yeah, I think that's right. So, I mean, we got a commie for 4 terms. Why can't we have Trump for 4 terms? We need to balance that out. Otherwise, it's inequity. You know, let's keep it fair here. They had their blue commie president for 4 terms. We need to get at least one Republican for 4 terms. Let's get Trump. Any attempt to remain in office would be legally suspect, and it is unclear how seriously Trump might pursue the idea. The comments, nonetheless, were an extraordinary reflection of the desire to maintain power by a president who had violated democratic traditions 4 years ago when he tried to overturn the election he lost to Biden. You know, it's funny. I hear a lot of Democrats saying that this election was stolen, which I thought we had the most safest and secure elections ever. And election denial, you get banned, you get shadow banned,
New York City.
You know, it's odd. How come they have freedom of speech to say the election was stolen, but we didn't have that? I say we just elect Trump king. It's better than ever letting leftists back in. I agree. You want Trump in Canada? I don't know. I don't know if I want Canada as the 51st state. Y'all need to learn to act right. Y'all need to get some things together first. I've seen a lot of nasty liberal stuff going on over there. But I have seen base stuff. The trucker protest was pretty based. Good job, Canada. You renewed my faith in Canada with that. All hail the Don. All right. Whoa. Okay. Let's watch. Okay. Enough politics and stuff. Now we go across the sea, across the Pacific Ocean, to Myanmar. Myanmar, what is this? Myanmar, China? Is this China? China. Earthquake. Big old earthquake. Death toll over 2,000. It's over 2,000. We're going to talk about this Myanmar earthquake. Let's watch this video report. Thing's pretty crazy. Is it a sign of the end times? Who knows? Let's watch.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Errol Barnett at the CBS Broadcast Center here in New York City. We begin this hour with breaking news out of Asia. A powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake has just rocked central Myanmar a number of hours ago, and it's at this early stage that we can report at least 3 confirmed deaths.
Bro, there's a ramp in the road now. That's awesome. They got a ramp in the road.
That number is expected to rise. Now, at this moment, you're looking at some of the footage coming into our newsroom.
This person's going to try to drive through this, you moron.
The damage is still unknown.
Bro, how do you know they're in a damn sinkhole under that? God, people are dumb.
But an official in the country has told the AFP news agency that a major hospital in Myanmar's capital is now a, quote, mass casualty area. Now, the U.S. Geological Survey says the powerful quake...
See this video of this water spilling over the edge of this building? I got a lot of videos we get to watch. There's somebody in that pool when that happens. You know how freaking scary that would be?
Struck at around 1...
Worst fear. New fear unlocked. Oh, you thought being at the top of a skyscraper during an earthquake was scary? Oh, you thought going over the edge of an infinity pool at the top of a skyscraper was scary? How about being at the top of a skyscraper in an infinity pool during an earthquake?
1:20 p.m. local time, so early afternoon, at a depth of just 6 miles, which is relatively shallow. And it sent tremors causing damage hundreds of miles away in Bangkok. That footage you're seeing at the top left of your screen is from Bangkok, a high-rise building there that was under construction.
Who names their country Bangkok?
Collapse, reportedly trapping at least 43 workers who were on site at the time. Now, rescue workers are currently reporting that the rubble at that construction site where the building collapsed is just too unstable to attempt any type of rescue efforts for workers who are likely trapped inside at this moment. Now, strong tremors have also been felt in China. An aftershock has just been reported with a magnitude of 6.4. That in and of itself is quite powerful. And we will be connecting with our correspondents in the region soon, and we'll bring you an update from
Okay, they're looping the video, buddy.
This hour. So that breaking news out of Asia, that a powerful 7.7 earth...
7.7. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Let's watch this. This is, dude, these buildings are connected by this thing. Bro, I would think the building's falling on me. This building's going down. I don't think there's audio. Look at that. That's crazy. That separation broke. I would think that whole building's about to fall over there. Is that thing like what connect the... Is that some sort of stabilizing... Is that a necessary stabilizer that they have this little thing here connecting these two buildings? It almost looks like it, because when it breaks... What if you were on this bridge when that happened? That would suck. That's wild. We got a lot of videos. So this is a building down the street. Dude, somebody in the comments is like, how did he know when to film the building? And people are like, it's a controlled demolition. He knew to record the building because the building was shaking in an earthquake.
Oh!
Now the conspiracy brain people are like, you see how it fell straight down? That's a controlled demolition. They were planning to destroy it. No, they were building that building. And an earthquake happened. That's why it fell. There were not bombs in that building. This is not 9/11. Would it be all right if I share the live? Would it be all right? What? It's encouraged. It's required. Yes, it would be totally fine if you. I would appreciate it. The paperback. We thank you. I gotta turn my heat off. It's getting hot in here. A couple more videos, and then I'll read some articles about what the death toll looks like so far. Things like that. But there's some wild. I want to show you the video of this dude in this pool. This is crazy too. Misawu. Dude, I was watching this. Look, there's nowhere to hide from these air ducts. This is the scariest air duct situation. The only thing scarier is if you're trapped in an air duct. But if your head, there's nowhere you can go. There's little tables. People are getting under the table. What's that little table going to do if that air duct break? It's like, look at that. Oh, yeah. Look, there's nowhere to go. There's air ducts everywhere. These people are under tables. These flimsy ass tables aren't going to save you. This dude's sound effects. Nice construction, though. None of it falls. I don't know why this dumbass is just standing there filming. Do something. Get out of there. Bro, that building collapses, you dead. You ain't making it out of that. What the hell? Barney the dinosaur float. What is this? Hold on, we got more videos. This one's pretty crazy. This is on a bridge. Being on a bridge in an earthquake, also not fun. Dude, keep riding. Get off the bridge. What are you stopping for? Why would you stop? You're in the middle of a raised suspension bridge. Get off the bridge. Stopping is a horrible idea here. Look, the end is right up there. Life. If this bridge collapses, you got tons of steel and cable falling on you into water. You're not going to make it. All you got to do is get up there, right up there. Freedom. Why would you stop in the middle of the bridge? Ridiculous. Okay, this is the dude in the pool. This is crazy. Well, no. This is a view of one of the pools during the earthquake from the top. But the last video is the craziest one. I'll show you. And you got a wave pool. It's not bad. You got a wave pool. Go jump in there. Just don't go over the side. Okay, but now this is the craziest video, and then we'll read some articles. Check this out. There's no audio. This guy's like, what's that? Something feels strange. He gets up. These two are sleeping on a raft. Bro, you're in this raft right now? Bro. What? No, it's going to take us over the side. Get out of the pool. Bro. Is the raft? Oh, here goes the raft. Here goes the raft. Is the raft going overboard? It's gone. Oh, wait. Hold up, hold up. It's gone. They would have been dead. They're lost. If they were on that raft still, here goes the last raft. And boom. Wait, not yet. It's hanging on. And bye-bye. Everybody on their raft is dead. Dude, that's crazy. Imagine being on a floaty in a pool, taking a nap. Next thing you know, you're flying. Gatorade is impervious to seismic. Water sucks. Gatorade is better. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Ma'am, I need a towel. For restaurants, I go to businesses in any kind of earthquake-prone area. I would check the structural integrity, see if it was proof for earthquakes. All right. Thanks, Benton. The dinosaurs are like, we would have built that way better. That's true. Dinosaurs, definitely. Barney will save us. Desk protects you from a nuke, so they'd probably be fine. Yeah, and an earthquake. All you got to do is hide under a desk. You're right. You're right. Those air vents could not have stood up to the force of a desk. That's true. That's true. That's very true. Let's see. How long is this? 1:42. Let's watch this report from CBS. Well, I'll just read it. We already watched enough videos. Hold on. I got to turn my heat off. It'll take 2 seconds. Get sweaty. About to get sweaty in this piece. Get a little sweaty. His father built that bridge. He trusts the integrity. W chair. All right. 4 days after a massive earthquake toppled buildings across Myanmar, isolated stories were still emerging Monday of people being pulled alive from the rubble. The confirmed dead toll has continued to rise since the disaster, reaching at least 2,056 on Monday. Oh yeah, this is CBS News. I was going to read this article first from AP because it's older. It says, "Smell of death permeates Myanmar cities after quake kills 1,600 and leaves countless buried. The smell of decaying bodies permeated the streets of Myanmar's second largest city on Sunday as people worked frantically by hand to clear rubble in the hope of finding someone still alive. 2 days after a massive earthquake struck that killed more than 1,600 people and left countless others buried. The 7.7 magnitude quake hit midday Friday with an epicenter near Mandalay, bringing down scores of buildings and damaging other infrastructure like the city's airport. Relief efforts have been hampered by buckled roads, downed bridges, spotty communications, and the challenges of operating in a country in the midst of a civil war. The search for survivors have been primarily conducted by the local residents without the aid of heavy equipment, moving rubble by hand and with shovels in 41 degrees Celsius heat. 41 degree? That's 106 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I don't speak commie. 106 Fahrenheit heat with only the occasional tracked excavator to be seen. So this was this was March 30th. This is from yesterday. It says so far, where'd it go? 1,644 people have been reported killed and 3,408 injured. And then in this more recent update from CBS, the death toll is up to 2,056. So in a day, they found an extra 400 people. It's going to keep going up. The number of deaths is likely to rise further as many parts of the country have been cut off. Getting help to those in need and even assessing the extent of the destruction has proved difficult in a country where key infrastructure was badly damaged and where a civil war had already been raging before the 7.7 magnitude quake struck Friday. Why are they in war? There have been significant aftershocks in its wake. Have we talked about the Myanmar civil war before? The occasional rescue may have helped to keep hope alive over the weekend, but they were the lucky ones. Building after building in Myanmar's second largest city, Mandalay, and beyond lie in ruins. Damaged roads, bridges, and downed power lines have made it impossible for rescue teams to reach many communities in the impoverished nation that's been engulfed by war since the junta seized power in a coup 4 years ago. I think we did talk about the Myanmar coup. I wasn't streaming 4 years ago, but at some point over the last 3 years. We're coming up on the 3rd year anniversary of the show, by the way. There's 52 weeks in a year. Those picks must be good. You're quiet, John Castle. You sending John Castle picks? What the? Or no, Laura, Catherine sent him picks. Catherine's picking him up. So that's crazy. Yeah. Is it 52 weeks in a year? That means episode 156 will be the 3-year anniversary show. And this is episode 152. So it's coming up. Va va boom. Cass left. He said he'd be back. Dang. I'm a bad influence on my chat. I got everybody trading picks now. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do. Only send me the picks. Feet picks. I like feet picks. That's what I want. Damn, my man John got the picks. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, guys. That's it for the news. Main story news. We do got a couple little stories in rapid fire, and we got another little segment here. I don't know what time it is. The feet picks. Not me. No picks sent here. I'm not that kind of gal. Good. That's good. Where's my folder? There it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the memes. Techno memes. Meme time. Stop. Stop it. Stop it, soundboard. Okay. It's meme time. The memes. Let's go. This is a little engine from a Disney movie. Little engine from a Disney movie. Little girl engine. Look at her feather. Oh, look at the feather. Whoa, these feathers have meanings. Oh, if there's a red dot, you killed an enemy. If your feather is red, it means you're wounded. If your feather is split, it means you've been wounded many times. If your feather is cut, it means you cut an enemy's throat. If your feather is cut like this, it means you cut your enemy's throat and took their scalp. So this little girl scalped somebody? What movie is this from? This is from Robin Hood? Not Robin Hood. The one with Tinkerbell. Is this the one with Tinkerbell? What the heck is that movie called? Not Hook, but Peter Pan. Isn't this girl from Peter Pan? She out here scalping mugs. Dang. Bring me the fire water. Struck an enemy 4 times is this, and struck an enemy 5 times is this. She's out here scalping people in Disney. How dare she? What the? Next. In order to improve ticket sales, I think I have this meme in here twice because I have it, and then I think Stubborn One sent it to me. In order to improve ticket sales, Disney is adding a scene where Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs set fire to a Tesla Cybertruck. That's how you get the ratings in America. Next. Oh, this is just extra. This is stuff that was supposed to be in my slideshow in that debate with Brick. I totally failed the slideshow situation. That was a mistake. We're not going to do that again. I thought it'd be fun to try a slideshow and read my debate. It did not work out. I was too distracted with trying to read quickly and trying to go with the pictures along with while I'm reading. And it got all jumbled up, and then I couldn't track both. And so I ended up just forget what I wrote. I'm just going to look at the pictures and talk about it. But then it became more, I don't know. It was a mess. I messed up the opening. I still won that section of the game show, of the debate show, even though I fumbled my opening, which is usually where I shine the best. But these pictures were supposed to be in here. Look at these long neck dinosaur dragon beasts. Look at that. Look at this. These are two long neck dragon serpopard dinosaur type monsters eating a goat. They're fighting over a goat. Next. Oh, look at this. There's a long neck dinosaur looking thing next to a snake on a dang hippo tusk in a tomb in Egypt. Isn't that interesting? Look at that. This is pre-Incan. This is from the Ica stones. The Ica stones. There's over 12. I think there's 1,400 of them. They found these rocks with these carvings all over them. And this is a little Incan guy riding a dinosaur. This is a 24-foot crocodile killed in the Congo in 2005. That's a dinosaur. They're still here. Anyway, the two types of people watching mass deportations. Selena Gomez crying. Mel Gibson smiling. Shout out Mel. We love Mel. Shout out Mel.
It's a man, baby.
Selena. Beta. Next. What a legend. Relax. I'm unarmed. Damn. Damn.
No, that doesn't work either.
Big Nose, 100% a dino. He's riding a dinosaur. Yep. Snakes are dinosaurs, same. I agree. No, those are llamas. That was not a llama. That was a dinosaur. That was a giraffe. Oh my goodness. You guys are lame. Next. When you lean into your strengths, the mini bar. Go see the little guy at the mini bar. Bro, it's a big pocket. I hope he has more than the pocket-sized liquor bottles, though. Does he have full-size bottles? He pulls out a full-size bottle, and it's like the size of him. The mini bar. Let's go.
It's a man, baby.
Next. Don't eat them hot wings from Dollar Tree. Damn. That thing took a bite out of your toilet, my boy. He's in the hospital. Yo, I just got out of the hospital. Look at my toilet. I ate them hot wings from the dollar store, bro.
No, that doesn't work either.
Damn. Next. What if the IRS really stands for theirs? It's all theirs. Jello shooters. I'm coming up with a theory where bisexual pagans riding giraffes built the pyramids. Well, if you ever develop it, you want to debate it, we can do another dinosaur debate. And then I'll actually read my opening statement instead of trying to do a slideshow. And it'll be way better. I just need to somehow find a way to connect all the pieces. Like, we have evidence of dinosaurs. We have evidence of dinosaur-human interaction. We have debunking of the fossil record and the aging of the bones and the aging of the pyramids. We know there was dinosaurs that they wrote about in that area. Now I just need to get it to, and this is why the dinosaurs had to have built the pyramids. I just need that one last piece. I just got to find that one last piece. Next. This is what you get when you buy your crayons from the dollar store. A dog wiener. What color is this, Mom? That's dog wiener color. What the f***? Who the f*** made this motherfucking crayon in this motherfucking box at this motherfucking children's section of the damn store? Dollar store. Oh, we had multiple dollar store memes in a row. Who the f***? You know, one of the dollar stores is going out of business. I read that earlier this week. I think it's Dollar General is going out of business. I knew they were going out of business when everything stopped being $1. Sad. When Dollar General turned into like the $2.50 General, it was not the same anymore. Next, Germans be tripping. Never ask a woman her age. Never ask a man his salary. Never ask a liberal why $3 trillion has been put into the Department of Education since 1979, yet test scores, reading rates, and global education rankings have dropped significantly. What the Never ask about the Department of Education.
You ain't got the answers, man. I've been doing this more than you. You ain't been doing the education.
Bro.
You ain't got the answers. I've been doing this more than you. You ain't been doing the education. Next. Oh, yeah, see, I got it twice in here. That's okay. As Gen X starts to pass away, resist the urge to watch unlabeled VHS tapes. Some mysteries are better left rewound.
No, that doesn't work either.
Ask me about my wiener. We have Dollar General in Ontario, Canada. 100 stores nationwide are closing. Dollar General stores? Yeah, I read that. Dollar General ain't going nowhere. Okay, so they're not going out of business. They're just closing a whole lot of the stores. Yeah, I have a whole box of unmarked VHS tapes. I don't know what's on them. You know what we used to do? You guys remember this back in the day? If you had 2 VCRs set up, you could record. You could use your recorder. You could use, before they had TiVo. If there's any young people in here, you might not remember this. But before they had TiVo, you could have a VCR hooked up to your TV, and you could record what was on TV onto one of these things. This is called a VHS tape. You put this into a machine that was connected to your TV, and you could record what was on the TV and watch it later. So we used to, instead of buying movies, we would just buy a whole box of VHS tapes, and we would like record all the movies that was on like TNT and AMC or all the different like movies that would play on TV. And we'd stop recording during the commercials, and then you start recording again after the commercials. So I'd sit by the VCR and we'd watch the movie, and I'd hit stop whenever a commercial came on and then record. And then you basically get an uninterrupted full movie on VHS tape for free. Not for free, but you don't have to buy the movie. It's piracy. It's illegal. Shouldn't have been doing that. But I was a child, you know? Anyway. Yeah, I got a bunch of these. Next. It's a VHS tape. Blast from the past. Johnsonville sausage. When you can't make the Wheaties box, Leah Thomas is going to be on the Johnsonville sausage. 100% premium pork sausage package. What the fuck?
It's a man, baby.
Oh, damn.
Beta!
Next. Why does Snow White look like Lord Farquaad? Snow White looks just like Lord Farquaad. What the heck?
No, that doesn't work either.
Dang. She does look like Farquaad. Next. Do you support same-sex couples adopting children? Here's a picture of a happy American family same-sex couple with adopted children. What do you guys think about that? Oh, Big Mike. Oh, Big Mike over here. What
It's a man, baby.
Next. That was my chair. I did not just fart. That was my chair. If you heard that sound. Chair's over here passing gas. Elon's a Nazi. Elon's a Nazi. Why is he a Nazi? He wants free speech and sensible government spending. That doesn't make sense. Here's $100. Elon's a Nazi. Yeah. This is how you get people to go to a Tesla protest and call everybody a Nazi. Give them $100. Wait till I get my money right. That's right. Next. AOC's talking to Pocahontas. When you were an Indian, did you kill the buffalo for their little wings? I wonder if she did. Elizabeth, did you kill buffaloes for their little wings? It's a trick question, dumbass. Buffalo don't have wings. It's false advertising, by the way. Buffalo wings don't even come from buffaloes. We didn't hear it, but now we all think it came from you. You didn't hear that? Oh, I shouldn't have even said anything. Dang it. What fart and waste it when you can burp and taste it? Facts. Facts. Better out than in, I always say. Next. I'm not buying another gun for at least 12 months. And other hilarious jokes you can tell yourself. You like jokes? Here's a joke book. Next. Peaceful protests. BLM burning down Target for PlayStations. Domestic terrorism. People at the Capitol for the Trump protest. Peaceful protest. Blowing up Tesla factories. Something's not consistent here. Something doesn't seem to make sense. Next. Exclusive. Trans activist demanding access to female-only nude sauna is a high-risk registered sex offender. This is his prison picture. And this is him with a wig on. What the?
It's a man, baby.
No.
Beta.
No. Women-only spaces. Next. Why does the Tesla logo remind me of an IUD? Because someone driving a Cybertruck is its own form of birth control. Whatever, lady. She'd probably hook up with a dude with a Cybertruck. They're expensive. Leftists, that's vandalism when you peel out on the gay pride flag that's painted on the road. Also leftists, that's protesting when you blow up a Tesla factory. What the? Wrong sound effect. What the? What the are these dumb motherfuckers talking about? Oh, I have a sound effect. My chair made a sound like this. Next. John Rich says, when Bud Light went woke, I don't recall conservatives burning down convenience stores. We just stopped buying it. The left could just stop buying Teslas. But no, that's not their style. It's Molotov cocktails or bust. You tell me who the real domestic terrorists are. That's right, John Rich. I don't know what John Rich sounds like, but I assume he sounds something like that. Next. Chair said, pull my finger. Don't die on me, you bastard. We still need to use you. Democrats trying to breathe life into racism. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of these protest videos, and it's so funny. Like Adam Francisco, and then there's like these Indian guys in New York who do it. They put on MAGA gear and they go walk around at the protest. And Adam Francisco's kind of darker skinned. And all these old white ladies who are supposed to be the anti-racists are all like, you're going to get deported. You're going to get deported. And he's like, why am I going to get deported? Because my skin is brown? She's like, yeah, you racist. You're going to get deported because you're brown. Like, what the fuck? The lady calls him a racist and then tells him, you look like you're going to get deported. That's racism. He's an American citizen. What are you talking about? Are you saying because he looks Mexican, he's going to get deported? Oh, who's the racist now? Dumbass. How now, brown cow? It's rules for radicals, not for democraticals. Classy. Next. What are some of the things your dad says? You make me proud. Good job. I love you. These kids have a really awesome dads. Then this kid says, never point a gun at a person unless you intend to shoot them. Always practice trigger discipline. Always check a gun when you pick it up to see if it's loaded. And communists aren't people. Base dad. My dad would say, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing in here? Get the fuck out of here. Go do something. No, my dad say, go pull weeds. Can I go outside with my friends? No, go pull weeds. Just kidding. My dad was nice. Next. The Biden administration should ignore the court, said AOC in 2023. Oh, is that right, AOC? The Biden administration should ignore the court in 2023. Should the Trump administration ignore the court? I think they should. Happiness is a warm gun. Next. Tesla owners putting Elon sucks bumper stickers on their cars. It's like painting the blood on the door. You're hoping for the Passover. You're hoping for the Passover, but you're not going to get it. Next. Nobody imagined so this is an argument against why we need to ban guns. Nobody imagined modern weapons when writing the Second Amendment. Nobody imagined modern women when writing the 19th Amendment. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. If we're going to ban guns because the weaponry has changed, maybe we need to ban women voting because the women have changed. Next. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. Who said that? Jesus said that. And they wrote that on a wall. Somebody said, well, since we're taking verses out of context, Jesus also said, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up by some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Oh, you missed that verse. You missed that verse, you dang commies.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Next. I forgot I have memes in the Discord too. Next week I'll grab some from the Discord. I've been forgetting to do that. I actually have a news story on this meme coming up here in rapid fire. Fluoride officially classified as a neurotoxin in world's top medical journalists. Conspiracy theories for the last 80 years. I called that one. I knew that. Right before I said dinosaurs built the pyramids, I was talking about the fluoride in the water. I told you.
No, that doesn't work either.
Next. And that's it. For the memes. All right. Calgary is adding OT back into the water. What's OT? Mexican OT? The rapper? What's he do? He does that thing. He like rolls his... JS is kind of a DJ. A little bit. Breakdancing like Raygun? No, I can breakdance way better than Raygun. I don't have a lot of news for rapid fire, which is fine because we don't have a lot of time left. I'm going to have to start making my opening segment, my opening news segment, just 2 stories, 2 main news stories instead of 3. And then whatever the third story would be, add that to rapid fire. if I want to have time for a final. If I do an hour on the main news, half an hour on memes, half an hour on rapid fire, and then an hour on something else at the last segment of the show. Whatever random thing I want to talk about. Fluoride was eaten at the same time. So we will. I do have a story about fluoride from Utah. Let's do Tesla takedown first. So the Tesla takedown happened this week. National protests all over the country in front of Tesla dealerships. These dumbasses like think Elon is inside of there. That's Americans. Those are just Americans with jobs. A lot of them are Democrats. And you're harassing them. Hold on one second. You guys get chair again for 1 second. Hold on. I'll go through rapid fire and then we'll just hang out because chat's having fun tonight. So I just want to hang out with chat for about 10 minutes at the end of the show. Tesla takedown happened. What is the Tesla takedown movement? Let me make sure USA Today is going to let me read this. Yeah, they are. Okay. What to know ahead of the planned day of action. Let's watch this video. Hey, chair chat. Are they saying stop the coup? Chair chat. The group protesting, I'm going to cut this because this music is going to be copyright. Cutting the federal workforce under Trump's presidency. You know, they hate the government. They want anarchy, no government. Then somebody gets in there and starts gutting the government and they're pissed. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. Very dumb. Protests in Tucson, Arizona, among a wave of Tesla takedown demonstrations. Hundreds protested in Los Angeles outside of SpaceX. Dude, I hope the Chinese laser satellite blasts LA. I think they already have before, but I hope they get satellite lasered to hell. Robert, thank you for the chair chat. And Ben Talk, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. The chair appreciates it. I've been broke my whole life. Now money right. So they'll say, "Well, I bet you want SpaceX now." This guy's pretending to be Elon. That's actually pretty funny. He actually looks like him. Demands employees. They went inside the. You can't go inside. This is so crazy. This is so retarded. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Crazy. So they did this all over the place. As the Department of Government Efficiency led by Elon Musk continues to make deep cuts into the federal government, the Tesla takedown movement is urging protesters to sell their Tesla vehicles. What do you think is going to happen? Somebody's just going to buy it. It's not like the Tesla is going to evaporate after they sell it. All it's doing is trading hands to another owner. So dumb. The movement is poised to make its largest demonstration yet, with dozens of protests planned around the world this weekend. The planned protests come as shares in Tesla stock have been sinking. Actually, they were going up earlier this week. I don't know what they're doing now. Tesla dealerships across the country have been vandalized in a backlash against Musk and his efforts with Doge. Although Tesla stocks rebounded by 10% Monday, see, the stock that once stood near $500 a share now sits at about $270, having lost about 50% of its value since December. Time to buy, boys. It's time to buy. With protests planned across the U.S. and the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and the Netherlands, and more, here's what you need to know. I already know what I need to know. Thank you. Let's look at, but meanwhile, so those are the protests. Those are like the peaceful protests, right? Even though they're like going up in the places and there's fights. You know, I watch a lot of protest videos and go to protests and stuff. Usually there'll be like, usually at a big protest, at least here in Salt Lake City, there's going to be like one incident. And I'm always there to catch it. So like, in the Trump protest I went to, this Antifa guy said he got pepper sprayed. I didn't see he get pepper sprayed, but there is a part if you watch the video where the guy walks by and he might have sprayed him and I didn't see it. But I didn't think the guy got sprayed. I think the guy was just being a bitch. But I saw that at the Trump thing, and then at the recent protest I went to, that dude pepper sprayed that lady and then he got beat down. So there's always like little events like that, but these Tesla ones, there's fights at all of them. Like every video I watch of somebody going to one of these Tesla protests, a fight breaks out. Don't tase me, bro. So maybe it's better that I didn't go this past Saturday because I don't know. I think I'd be all right. Unless they break my stuff. If they break my stuff, I'm punching somebody. You know? I don't care about... They could punch me and spit on me, throw a milkshake on me. Just don't break my equipment. Then we're fighting. Because I'm broke. I've been broke my whole life. Money's getting right, but it ain't there yet. Meanwhile, while all that's going on, they're lighting Tesla factories on fire. They're blowing them up. They're lighting cars on fire. They found bombs. We did a report like 3 weeks ago that there was bombs in a Tesla thing remember that Cybertruck that blew up? That was in front of a Tesla. And then they found bombs in one in Texas. They found bombs in one in Vegas this week. And now, oh no, this is the one in Vegas. But there's been multiple incendiary devices used. People are drawing swastikas on Jewish Democrat-owned women. Like, if I went to the protest, I was gonna say, I was gonna walk up to somebody and be like, that had like a sign that said Elon's a Nazi. I was gonna walk up to him and be like, hey, I came to one of these protests and I heard that Elon was a Nazi, so I drew a swastika on my neighbor's Cybertruck. Turns out my neighbor is a black Jewish woman, Democrat, a black Jewish Democrat woman. And I drew a swastika on her Tesla. Do you guys think that's okay? Let's see what they say. She's a black Jewish Democrat woman. And I tagged up her Cybertruck. Well, let's watch this video. Check this out. This is in Vegas. I don't know if there's sound. Video provided to the Review Journal shows several Tesla vehicles engulfed in flames after Las Vegas police say they were set on fire by an individual early Tuesday morning. We know Teslas don't do well with fire. Talked about this a long time ago on the show. Some guy wanted to off himself and his whole family. So he had him, his wife, and like 3 kids in the back seat of a Tesla. And he wanted to end it for all of them, including himself. So he drove the car intentionally off a cliff. And the Tesla flew through the air and then rolled down the cliff and landed at the bottom, and nobody died. Everybody was fine. And I was like, these things are great for rollovers. Like, in a rollover, you'd want to be in a Tesla. Tesla is very safe in a rollover. Fire, not so much. If the engine catches on fire, you're about to explode. So get out of there. But if you roll down a mountain, you're going to be fine. Elon's giving money to the chair? Dude, we'll accept it. Chair will accept it graciously. So that's a Tesla thing blowing up. It's getting violent. This is rapid fire news. Let's move on quickly. Speaking of fluoride in the water, check this out. Utah becomes the first state to ban fluoride in public drinking water. Utah has become the first state to ban fluoride in public drinking water over opposition from dentists and national health organizations who warn the move will lead to medical problems and disproportionately affect low-income communities. Bullshit. It's already disproportionately affected low-income communities because the poor people are the ones who can't afford to buy bottled water, and they're just drinking out of the tap, and the tap's got damn fluoride in it. It's funny how they believe in democracy and want to defend it, but when they don't act democratic and act really crazy. Yep. So Utah is based first state to ban fluoride in the water. Fluoride strengthens teeth and reduces cavities by replacing minerals lost during normal wear and tear, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease and Control. Okay, that's why they put it in toothpaste. Do you know what it says on the label of the toothpaste? Don't eat it. Don't swallow it. It's fine to scrub a little fluoride on your teeth and spit it out. That's fine. Now people will talk about sublingual, what's the word I'm looking for? Intake. Sublingual intake, sublingual, the word for how absorption, I guess, sublingual absorption. Basically, they'll say the fluoride can still go through your gums and your tongue into your system, and it can, but it's very small amounts, and you're not supposed to swallow it. You spit it out. That's okay. That's why we put it in toothpaste. Water is made to drink. You're not supposed to drink fluoride. Duh. So shut up, dentists. And Utah lawmakers who pushed for the ban said putting fluoride in water was too expensive. Cox, who grew up and raised his own children in a community without fluoridated water, compared it recently to being medicated by the government. Is it raining? Damn it, it's raining outside. Yep, it's raining. I saw a picture of the child. It's just a little booster seat at the moment. What the? So Utah's banning the fluoride in the water. And also, more local news. Check this out. Utah becomes the first state to ban LGBT low IQ STD pride flags in government buildings and schools. So this week, Utah became the first state to ban fluoridated water and the first state to ban LGBT low IQ STD flags in schools and government buildings. Now, this was a protest they had about this a couple weeks ago. I didn't go to this one either, where they unraveled this giant flag. It's nightmare fuel. Could you imagine being chased by this giant rainbow flag? Utah has become the first state to prohibit flying LGBT low IQ STD pride flags at schools and all government buildings. Spencer Cox. A lot of people don't like him. I think he's doing some base stuff. But meanwhile, our mayor, Salt Lake City mayor, is not happy about this. So what does she do? She puts a giant rainbow flag and a giant transformer flag at the city county building, which is a government building, by the way. She should not be allowed to do that. For the past week, the transgender flag has proudly flown at City Hall. I want Salt Lakers to know your existence is significant and you're not alone in this city. Mommy, what does that flag mean at the government building? Oh, Billy, well, though that flag represents people who like to mutilate their own genitals. Yeah, Billy, that flag is for some people are confused. They're mentally ill. They don't understand what gender they are. And they have a what the DSM-5 calls gender dysphoria. And they don't know if they're a boy or a girl. So what they do is they chop off their penis and turn it inside out, Billy. That's what that flag represents. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. The other day while I was at the gym has like a glass on one of the walls. And the treadmills, when you're running on the treadmill and you're looking out the glass, the city county building is right there. And they were doing like a flag ceremony. Like, when the military lines up under the flag and they like salute the flag and they say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the military guys let the flag down and they open it up and then they properly fold it and they do like a service with the flag. There was like a little tent set up and all these people were gathered and they did like a gay flag and because this is one side of the city county building. This is the front side. And if you notice on this flagpole, there's only one flag, and it's the trans flag. Now on the back side of the building, there's another flagpole. I think you can kind of see it right here. There's one here, but this is just like a weather flagpole. But this flagpole that you can barely see in the corner here is on the other side of the building. And it has an American flag, Utah state flag, and then a giant gay flag. It's not even a gay flag. It's the rainbow flag with the brown and the black and the trans triangle. It's like the super, super LGBT low IQ flag. And so it's American flag, Utah flag, giant gay flag. And then on the front side of the building, just the trans flag. And while I was on the treadmill, they had like a flag raising ceremony. Like it was the American flag. Like they're all standing there in honor and reverence and they're looking up and they lowered the gay flag and then they opened it and they stood there and they opened it wide and then they folded it up perfectly and they're all like standing there. I'm surprised they didn't have their hand on their heart or something. Maybe they had their thumbs in their ass. I don't know how they show reverence for the gay flag, but it was weird. It was weird. I wanted to walk up in there and be like record it and just be like, hey, can somebody explain to me why it's necessary on a government building to have a flag that represents butt sex at a government building? Why do we need that? Or the other flag that represents gender mutilation, penis chopping off of? Why do we need these flags at a city county building? Can somebody explain that to me? But I didn't do it. So this should be illegal. Our mayor we should put her in jail. We should put her in jail. That's what I think. Anyway, this story is interesting. I didn't even know this was going on, and I just heard about it, and so this is crazy. So a army vehicle got stuck in a swamp in Lithuania. And I guess they were trapped in it and it sunk. And they were underwater. They were like 13 feet deep in a swamp in some sort of, let me just read it. And actually, the first story I saw of this, they said recovering the vehicle efforts were increasing and they were going to be able to get it out soon. Now they've got it out. And I think a lot of the soldiers didn't make it. The bodies of 3 missing U.S. soldiers have been recovered after an American armored vehicle became submerged in a dense swamp in Lithuania for more than 5 days, the U.S. military said Monday. Their identities have been withheld while their next of kin are being notified. Meanwhile, search and recovery operations continue for a 4th soldier believed to have been in the vehicle. We stand in grief with the families and loved ones of these extraordinary dog-faced soldiers during this unimaginable time, but the search isn't finished until everyone is home. 3rd Infantry Division Commanding General said in a statement. The soldiers all were part of the 1st Brigade, 3rd Infantry Division, based at Fort Stewart in Georgia, went missing in the early hours of March 25th while on a training mission to recover another Army vehicle. The incident happened in a training area near Flouride, a city in eastern Lithuania, close to the Belarus border. The vehicle carrying the full soldiers was discovered the next day buried under a thick layer of mud and water. Recovery efforts have been complicated by the muddy swampland and 70-ton weight of the missing soldiers' M88 Hercules armored vehicle. First signs of progress took place on Sunday. Navy dive team deployed to recover operations successfully attached cables, 2 hoist points on the submerged vehicle with the goal of pulling the vehicle out of the mud. The process is projected to take a significant amount of time. Lithuanian Defense Military said Monday that attaching the first hoist took hours of diving in complete darkness. The recovery operation has been a massive undertaking. Before the vehicle was pulled out, the U.S. military said that the submerged vehicle was about 13 feet below the water's surface and stuck in more than 6 feet of mud, which U.S. officials have described as clay-like. So I don't understand this, though. How do you not, when the vehicle starts sinking, how do you not, I guess the doors are probably really heavy and there's probably no windows. Because, like, if a car goes underwater, you wait until you're underwater, you bust the window, and you get out. Because you can't open the doors because it's pressurized. Okay, that makes sense. And this thing probably doesn't have windows. So they couldn't open the doors. So they got trapped in there, and it just slowly sank down into the mud. And they were down there for 5 days. But they only found 3 bodies. Where's the 4th body? Did that guy somehow manage to get out? In which case, is he wandering around in Lithuania right now? Like, that's wild. That's pretty crazy. Army confirms 3 American soldiers deceased. Let's just watch this real quick. It'll be an ad.
To remind you that
Yeah. 3 American soldiers were declared deceased. Identities were withheld. It's a crazy story, though. They forgot to train it, prepare. Tux does have a nice state flag. They don't have full maps of the terrain. Kind of sounds like the released text. Hercules, Hercules. That is thick mud. So they have an excavator there. They're trying to like pump water out. How would you even dive in that? That's crazy. Like, it wouldn't even be diving. You'd just be digging. I don't know how you could dive in that. They're basically digging the whole thing out now. I like to see when they hoist it out. And you scoop it out and all the water and mud just falls out as you're moving it. They're getting stuff out of there. Are they going to show it? Is that it? No. No, that might have been it. See, that thing had windows. But I couldn't imagine you could swim in that thick of mud. Huh. That's wild, though. So I guess one of the bodies is still missing. which I don't know how it, like, where would the fourth body be? That's crazy. Anyway, now let's watch some rabbi pretending that he's in BLM. Now, Matt Walsh says on X, this is a page right out of the BLM playbook. The same rhetoric, almost word for word. Rabbi tells Senate hearing on anti-Semitism that it's not enough to be not anti-Semitic. One must be anti-anti-Semitic. Now, what Matt has wrong is that this is not a play out of the BLM handbook. BLM was taking plays out of the Small Hat handbook. All of the civil rights movement leaders were trained Marxists. Your Al Sharptons, your Jesse Jacksons, your Martin Luther Kings, your Rosa Parkses, all of those people were plants, and they were trained to do exactly what they did and use anger to rile people up, marginalize, minoritize, and otherize people to push a Marxist agenda for social justice, civil rights, and equity. The black civil rights leaders, which became later what we saw at BLM, and if you say, no, Martin Luther King would never support BLM, you're wrong. You're wrong. Martin Luther King would have loved BLM. He was a socialist. He would have ate it up. That was what it was all about. But this guy's not taking a page from BLM's playbook. BLM took a page from the civil rights playbook, and the civil rights playbook was trained by small hat people. And I have files and stuff on this. I've never went in depth on it. It's probably something we'd have to talk about on Rumble, but Freddie knows what I'm talking about. Well, let's watch this. We've got to be anti-Semitic, anti-racist.
Anti-Semitism is not just an age-old prejudice. It is a contemporary crisis manifesting on campuses across the nation. It is not enough for individuals or institutions to merely claim they are not anti-Semitic. As my father once taught me, it is not enough for people, especially public figures.
Wait, not anti-Semitic. This is a double negative. He's about to make a triple negative. Double negatives piss me off. He's about to make a triple negative. Not anti-Semitic means I am Semitic. Not anti. You can't be not anti-Semitic. You have to be anti-Semitic. That's the same thing. He's going to say you can't be not anti-Semitic. You have to be anti-Semitic. That means the same thing as not. If he says not anti-Semitic, then that means be anti-Semitic. What the?
To be neutral or not be anti-Semitic, one must be anti-Semitic. We must demand the same of our universities and government institutions. This hearing, in my opinion, is an attempt to be just that, anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic. But, good post, Matt, but you got it wrong. They're not borrowing a page from BLM's playbook. They wrote the playbook, Matt. BLM used their playbook. They wrote the playbook. It's their playbook. Matt, you're wrong about that. Anyway, I'm going to tell him. Except BLM used the phrase. See, nobody's mentioned it in the comments. No, people are covering in the comments. People are covering for this guy. Can I be anti-Semitic? Then they'll just call themselves anti-Semitic. In that case, I'll be anti-Semitic. Then they're anti-Semitic. Which in turn forces me to be anti-Semitic. Just like Lamb Chop once stated, it's the song that never ends. It's a pretty good comment. Anyway, that's all I got for the news. That's all I got for rapid fire news. That's all I got for anything. Let me see if I have this. I might have deleted it. Let's see if I have this in a folder somewhere. No, I think it might be in one other place. Hold on. Past research. Random stuff. Saul Alinsky found it. So this guy, this is why I say that they're not borrowing from BLM's playbook. They wrote the playbook. So this is Saul Alinsky. Saul David Alinsky was an American community activist and political theorist. His work through the Chicago-based Industrial Areas Foundation, helping poor community organize, press demands upon landlords, politicians, bankers, and business leaders, won him national recognition and notoriety, responding to the impatience of a new left generation of activists in the 1960s. Alinsky, in his widely cited Rules for Radicals, a pragmatic primer, this is the playbook. This is the playbook right here. Defended the arts of both confrontation and compromise involved in community organizing as keys to the struggle for social justice. Beginning in the 1960s, Alinsky's reputation was revived by commentators on the political right as a source of tactical inspiration for Republican Tea Party movement, and subsequently by virtue of indirect association with both Hillary and Barack Obama as the alleged source of a radical Democratic political agenda. While criticized on the political left for an aversion to broad ideological goals, Alinsky has been identified as an inspiration for the Occupy movement and campaigns for climate action. He was also very influential in the civil rights movement and BLM. And he's a small hat guy. He's one of those guys. And so his parents were Jewish. I don't think he was see, look, both parents were strict, observant Orthodox Jews. Alinsky described himself as being devout until the age of 12. Then he began to fear his parents would force him to become a rabbi. Although he had not personally encountered much anti-Semitism as a child, Alinsky recalled that it was so pervasive and you just accepted it as a fact of life. So this guy, and it's not just him. There were other small hat white men who helped form the civil rights movement and what later becomes BLM, Occupy. Even Republicans use some of his tactics with the Tea Party movement. So all these movements, these social justice movements, this is one of the founding fathers of that. And there were some other guys, but they weren't black men who were oppressed. They weren't poor black men who were oppressed. They were rich, powerful, white Jewish men who riled up and angered people in order to utilize them as a tool for quote-unquote social justice movements. So, wrong, Matt. He wasn't borrowing from the BLM playbook. BLM was borrowing from the playbook that guy's people wrote. College students, backyards, neighborhood councils, industrial areas foundation, Fight Rochester, New York, community action of federal war and poverty, communism, the Black Power movement, the Students' New Left, the myth of Saul Alinsky. This is probably Playboy interview. He got interviewed by Playboy. Anyway, just to show you I'm not just making stuff up. I got the facts. I got the answers, guys.
You ain't got the answers, man. I've been doing this more than you. You ain't been doing the education.
Bro.
I've been doing this more than you. Okay? All right. What's chat saying? Where did my chat go? Chuck Woolery? No, I'm not looking for Chuck Woolery. Matt Walsh on X. Oh, I guess I I closed it. All right, we got like 10 minutes, and I'm just going to hang out with chat for 10 minutes. What happened to Los Angeles? Hold on, I can't see the chat right now. Where's my chat? There it is. There it is. All right. What you guys talking about? What's up, Yoda? Yoda, I've been trying to get you to play some chess, man. Where you been? You need to come in on one of the Saturday night, late night streams, Yoda. We're 2-2. We got to have the tiebreaker match. Plus, I want to just play against people that offer a challenge. 1 bagel bite per person. That dude has screwed up America so bad with those rules. This is some scary stuff if you get into it and compare it to what's happening now. LMAO bagels. A little more softer, not crusty. What the? I thought that said Camel by the Sea, California. More of a potato pancake. Lori is such a tater. Dude, it's storming out there. I'm more of a half pasta, half Haggis sort of guy. I don't know what that means. Stalin was Georgian raised Orthodox. Young Stalin looks like Russian Timothy. That wasn't Stalin. That was Saul Alinsky. These rules and tactics for confusing people and subverting and overthrowing culture existed before Saul Alinsky wrote his book, though. Yeah, I know. But he was like he's the one that like conceptualized it and laid out a plan and like really organized people to do it. But you're right. He's not like he didn't like invent all of it. And Marxism existed before Marx, you know, the idea that people are holding us down and we got to stand up against the man. He did make a resurgence of popularity to them and made public aware of it in modern day. You know what? I need to walk Echo, and I can save money if I don't have to take an Uber to work. So I'm gonna go now. It's pretty hard not to buy into small house and put themselves in the middle of so many conspiracy. I know, I agree, and I try not to do it, Elder Lion. But every like rabbit hole you go down, even the dang dinosaurs building the pyramids. If you dig deep enough, it all leads back to the small hats. Because they're the reptilians living in the tunnels, and that's where the dinosaurs are at now. And they're the ones who came up, and they used the dinosaurs to build the pyramids, and now they went back into the tunnels. And then those tunnels connect to there's tunnels, you know, and they're tied in with the tunnels. And then, yeah. Hegel was a commie, too. A lot of ideas stem from him. Yeah. Yep, that's true. That is true. Hegelianism. Is JS like Utah Batman? I am Batman. All right, guys, I'm going to go and I'll send you, maybe I'll send you over to Brick. I don't know how much longer he's going to be streaming for, but he is live right now. So let's see, is he still live? Huh. He doesn't have rating turned on. I can't raid you to Brick. Can't raid you to Bricky. I guess grid 1. Brick doesn't have rating turned on, so I can't raid him to you guys to him. I'll send you to grid 1 and maybe go say hi to Brick. Brick is live also. Bricky on a rant. He was just doing a debate from what I've seen. Raging Tomato. We do Raging Tomato pretty frequently so on Monday nights. So I'm going to send you somewhere else tonight. But God bless, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Tomorrow morning, Bible study. We're getting near the end of Deuteronomy. So we'll do that. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the super chats. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out if you haven't yet. And say what's up to Grid. And then go say hi to Bricky also. Later, Jeff Hewitt, John, Rome, Lori, Yoda, Robert, Glorilla Biscuits, Paper Bag Queen. Lord Spike made it. You made it, Lord Spike. Shout out. Are you crazies in here? I'll see you guys all later tomorrow morning. God bless. We out. Peace.